G'day mates, welcome to Next Stop from one of the greatest cities in the world. Sydney is consistently rated one of the greatest cities in the world by travelers. I'm one of those travelers, and I definitely agree. It's one of my favorite cities around the globe. There's heaps of wonderful things to do and see here in the land down under, so sit back and enjoy Next Stop Sydney. The fun starts now. We're in one of my favorite Sydney neighborhoods, The Rocks, for a tour with Bonzo Bike Tours. So I've ridden a bike before, so I know how to ride a bike.
Yep.
I know how to put the helmet on,
yep.
But I don't know where we're going.
Okay, well where we're going today is we're going to start down in Circular Quay. We go up to Observatory Hill. You can see a whole bunch of Sydney from there. Before the bridge was built, it actually had a 360-degree view.
Lovely.
There.
Are we going to get a workout in?
So you certainly are. It's easy. It's something that everyone can do.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. So we're here in Circular Quay, which is where the tour starts. It's also the place where Sydney started, pretty much, so it's kind of only appropriate.
This is cool, though. I've seen the ships down here in Circular Quay. They're amazing. They different one every day. What a view, man. This is awesome. This is what you guys call art here?
Well, it's what some people call art.
I like it.
We're here in a place called Walsh Bay. What we can see over here is something called Blues Point Tower, which is what some people say is the ugliest building in Sydney, but unfortunately it got heritage listed. So
really?
Yeah.
Why would it be heritage listed?
Because it was one of the oldest ones here. So they built it, the government bought it, and it stuck around long enough.
I've noticed, Kat, that Sydney is a very fit city as the people just went by.
It takes a little bit of work to maintain the reputation, but
what's the reputation?
Of a good-looking country.
It's very. Everybody's in good shape here. I love it.
Here we are at Observatory Hill. As you can see, there's a fair bit to observe.
There's a lot to observe.
There's a lot to observe. As you can see, there's a pretty good view. And we return.
Kat, thanks for the tour.
No worries, we got you back safe and sound.
We love your city, man. In its short lifetime, the Sydney Opera House has earned a reputation as a world-class performing arts centre and has become a true symbol of Sydney and the Australian nation. The Sydney Opera House is a beautiful structure known throughout the world. Alex is our tour guide today.
Hello.
I've always wanted to come here.
The Sydney Opera House, it was officially opened by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II in October of 1973. And in that time, the Sydney Opera House has become one of the most visited sites in Australia. The Sydney Opera House has a global recognition factor of around 4 billion people.
Wow.
That equates to roughly 2 out of every 3 people on the face of the earth. They recognise the iconic shape of the Sydney Opera House. It's amazing. People get truly overwhelmed walking through this space.
I bet especially architects.
Architects, they've taken architects around, they just want to come and sit here and go, oh, baby.
Okay, so obviously we got concrete on the inside, but
Indeed.
on the outside is not.
Well, the whole roof is covered in ceramic roof tiles from Sweden. There is 1,056,006 individual roof tiles that cover the whole Sydney Opera House. Now, instead of climbing up and individually placing each tile, one after the other, up to 1,056,006, they tiled each one of those panels or lids down on the ground. Then they used a big crane, picked up each individual panel section and locked it into position.
What's the message to our viewers? I mean, obviously it's a beautiful structure, but why should people come to the Sydney Opera House?
I thought the Sydney Opera House was just for opera and just for classical music. But coming to the Sydney Opera House, it's places to eat, great views all the way around and inside, but it's not just opera that they do here. It's rock concerts, films, talk, avant-garde theatre, cabaret, burlesque, rock shows, a little bit of something for everyone.
Well, you've been an awesome tour guide.
Thank
you, Alex. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Coming up on Next Stop, we experience one of the great thrills that Sydney has to offer. One of the most thrilling things you can do here is climb the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Next stop, the top.
Welcome to the Sydney Harbour Bridge. What I'd like to do is to grab your latch, take it off the hook. We will be attaching it to our static line. That'll be on our right-hand side. So we're ready for action?
Yes.
Let's go, let's do it. First part of the bridge here, southern approach span, roughly 300 metres long. So here we are coming over George Street. It's the oldest street in the country in actual fact.
Is it really? That's quite a climb.
Brilliant.
That's a fun little climb right there, straight up.
Everybody gets the same thrill that you do on the bridge, Jono.
And you get to do it several times a day.
We do. We get to do it up to 3 times a day. You got to be fit and ready to go as a climb leader.
You're looking fit, man. So what's that little fort-like thing over there?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Jono, because that's our main means of defence in Sydney. Fort Denison, roughly 155 years of age. So the little island that that fort sits on, which is known as Pinchgut, was literally the top of the island was quarried away to a shelf so they could build the fort there that we see today.
See lots of other people climbing the bridge. How many people come through this every day?
A record-breaking day will see 1,800 people, now big numbers. It's the thing you've got to do when you come to Sydney, as you can see, Jono. You've got views of the whole of Greater Sydney, right out to those Blue Mountains, right down to the Southern Highlands, out to the Tasman Sea, part of the South Pacific.
Well, this was a spectacular day. I won't forget this. You were an awesome tour guide. You didn't disappoint, so thank you, Dean.
Thanks, Jono. It's been great to have you on board.
Guys, how good is this? There are over 400 beautiful parks and open spaces here in Sydney, and the city encourages responsible use and enjoyment of their lovely outdoors. The weather is quite moderate year-round here in Sydney, so it's almost always a perfect day to get outside and enjoy. For more information on Sydney and to plan your day in the park, go to sydney.com. We're staying at one of Australia's best boutique hotels located in the heart of Sydney's restaurant and bar district, the Curtin Hotel. Let's talk about the property here and the different room styles available and just the overall feel you get when you come here.
Yeah, sure. There's 3 different room types here. There's the standard and the premium and the executive room type. The difference really is just in size. The decor is all pretty much the same. It really is dependent on how much size you need.
I love the feel you get in this. You don't feel like you're in a big city. You feel like you're in a small town. It's kind of a small town boutique atmosphere, and the neighborhood is awesome.
What we tried to do here with the design of this property was really fit it into Darlinghurst and create a boutique hotel that the locals really embraced.
You guys have one of the most famous pubs in Sydney.
We do.
Attached to the hotel.
We do. Eau de Vie, it's a fantastic cocktail bar, and it's won numerous awards right up to best hotel bar in the world. So I urge you guys to head down there and grab a cocktail.
You know, I think I might fit in there. Thanks to Paul, we're in Eau de Vie, which is a kind of speakeasy, right?
Yeah, we'll roll with that. Yeah, a speakeasy, a quiet little bar.
Ian, I'm told you guys make some crazy cocktails.
We do our best shot at it, that's certainly true, yeah.
So what are we going to do?
Right now we're going to make up for you our own variation that we do on a Moscow Mule. The original drink just being a vodka-based cocktail with some lime juice and a ginger beer. Give us a good measure of the citrus vodka. I'll knock some orange juice in there right now. We cut, instead of just using straight honey, we just cut it down a little bit. Give it a good hard shake, get a nice fluffy head on it.
That was very different and very good.
Yeah, so that's the Eau de Vie Yuzu Mule.
I love it. You've only been open for 2 years. How is it so popular?
Well, I think, you know, Sydney eventually it's a big town, but the community is small, and when they find something cool, they all follow each other like sheep.
Yeah, I noticed the kitchen's right back here.
The kitchen
this guy's
is
just
in there.
whipping it up right next to the bar, out in the open.
It's very helpful, and then plus we gave him shots, and he gave us a school recipe to make some drinks. Yeah, so
Nice.
it's a good deal. It's a fair deal.
It's a win-win. Well,
Yeah.
cheers to you, Max.
Thank you.
Up next, the world's best first-class lounge and the mystical Blue Mountains. Today, we're traveling a couple hours outside of Sydney for a tour of the mystical Blue Mountains. Okay, I can see the sign Flat Rock.
Yep.
But where are we, Dougie?
Well, we are at the beginning or the middle of the Blue Mountains. And this particular area is called
Flat
Rock. Yeah. So I've brought you here because it has magnificent views across the whole of the Blue Mountains, 100 kilometres that way, 100 kilometres that way.
Regardless of the mist? We'll just
see.
imagine it.
Well, yeah, well,
We'll find other cool stuff.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the Blue Mountains are usually blue. Today they might be white. If we go this way, we just might be able to see some really special stuff.
Okay, now I feel like we're on the moon. But a lot of people have been here.
Yeah, look at them all.
This is great.
Do you think Neil Armstrong has written something
I
here?
bet he has.
Yeah. So after the wars, there was a worldwide depression, as you probably know. So they moved out to the regions. Some of them lived on beaches, and people who came to the Blue Mountains actually lived in caves. There are hundreds and thousands of caves.
This is really cool. You'd never know this existed here. Again, many people have found it though.
So next stop is Scenic World, which is one of the most visited and most popular attractions in the Blue Mountains.
We're at Scenic World today on this skyway, a cable car that goes across the valley about 389 metres to the other side. As you can hear and see, the waterfall down here.
Oh, wow.
It's about 800 feet top to bottom, the falls. Next stop is Scenic Railway, 52 degrees.
So what we've got here is the steepest railway in the world. So this used to haul coal up and down.
Yeah, coal up and down. Little coal carts from 1878 to 1945.
Yeah, this is pretty steep.
There we go.
That is so cool. This is awesome. Well, this is quite a lovely way to end our day in the Blue Mountains.
And this is what you do with your loved ones, romantic, that kind of thing.
Well, we love you. You're our new friend.
Oh, shucks.
Thanks for your time. Doug.
Yeah, no
Great
worries.
to meet you. It was a
Nice
great
to
day
meet you.
today.
It
Thanks.
was, thank you.
A few years ago, I had the pleasure of using my Alaska miles to upgrade to business class on Qantas, and it was one of the best flying experiences of my life. Well, this was no different. Just a couple days ago, with Alaska Airlines Simple Connection through LAX, we boarded the brand new Airbus 380, and it was an amazing flying experience, Thomas.
Absolutely.
Qantas is a great airline. The spirit of Australia.
We are, absolutely, and that's what we encompass, that real, just genuine, caring Australian hospitality, and that's, I'm glad to hear that's what you experienced.
Now, you've also experienced the Airbus 380. Let's talk about that plane, because it's like a hotel in the sky. It's not like an airplane.
No, look, it's not. The 380 has been designed, the interior designed by Mark Newson, who's our creative director at Qantas. the aircraft from the first cabin, business class, premium economy, down to the economy cabin. It's really providing what is now, you know, the queen of the skies.
Well, the economy cabin is really nice. Everybody has their own screen at their seat. They've got footrests, snack bar in the back. It's great for economy, but we're able to upgrade to business class. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Flat bed.
Flat bed.
Super comfortable. The food was exceptional and the service, amazing. This first class lounge is something like we've never seen. This is really beautiful. And designed by the same guy that designed the interior of the Airbus 380,
Absolutely.
right?
Yep. So Mark Newson, our creative director, designed the first lounge here. It's a totally new build on top of the existing airport here in Sydney.
The carpet has purpose,
right?
Yeah,
look, absolutely. And with the carpet, it's again got Mark Newson's signature design on it, designed by Taiping of Hong Kong, and it's about having a design when you initially look at it, it makes you feel a bit dizzy. So you don't look at it, you look up and actually enjoy everything else that's there for you to see.
This lounge is just amazing. It's very clean, it's very chic, very elegant. That's kind of simple elegance, I think.
Yeah, understated luxury is what we like to call it.
And I love that noise, the board over there.
Yeah, look, you know, features throughout the lounge as well. We don't want to lose the golden eras of aviation. So with the flapper board, you know, we want people to remember.
The Sydney airport is obviously a very busy, hustling, bustling airport.
Absolutely.
But when you walk in this lounge downstairs, you got that living wall, you can feel the oxygen, and everything just all of a sudden tapers down.
We want to take away, you know, that stress and hassle downstairs, and when you come through, you've got the garden there, that sense of health and well-being, and bring you up into the sanctuary and relaxed space of the lounge.
So not only is this relaxing, but it's a super elegant place too.
Look, absolutely, and if you know that hustle and bustle downstairs, we couldn't unwind you enough with the living wall. We've thrown in a day spa as well, just to make sure you're really relaxed. Absolutely.
No way.
Yeah, come and have a look.
Wow. Okay, this is kind of like saving the best for last.
Absolutely.
Another living wall.
Another living wall.
So much oxygen in here, but what a beautiful room.
If you're not relaxed after you've been in here, you never will be.
You guys have thought of everything.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about.
And you've won awards. This has won the best first-class lounge in the world.
And when we first opened in 2007, the following year we won the Skytrax Best First-Class Lounge in the World award. We're very proud.
Oh, we love Qantas. It's great to meet you.
No worries, John. Welcome back to Qantas First very soon, I hope.
I hope so too. For more information on Qantas and this exceptional airline, visit Qantas.com. Coming up, local music in Macho Manly, and we chat about space beer. Manly is not only the birthplace of surfing in Australia, but is also one of Sydney's favorite seaside destinations. It also boasts the pedigree of producing several world surfing champions. Manly's a quaint little town loaded with hotels, cafes, surfing shops, pubs, and so much more, and was aptly named by Captain Arthur Phillip for its indigenous people's confidence and manly behavior. Manly's slogan, 7 miles from Sydney, 1,000 miles from care. No worries, mate. We're at the Four Pines Brewery in Manly to chat about local foods, space beer, and music. Australians love their beer, and when I was coming to Australia, a few of my mates on the mainland said, you gotta have a Foster's. Jaron, let's just go ahead and dispel the rumor right now. Australians don't drink Foster's.
No, not at all. In fact, it's actually really hard to find a Foster's beer anywhere in Australia.
Here we are in the brewery for our little romantic dinner for two in Manly.
We started just as this brewery bar restaurant that we're in here tonight. And you know, just recently we've gone wholesale sort of around Australia. Crack this bad boy open and you'll see some pretty serious steam coming out of it. And this here is one of the absolute signatures here. Cooked with a little bit of our pale ale here as well.
So I read something about space beer. What's space beer?
Yeah, good question. So we're actually working with a group of space engineers. The director, who is a bloke from the US who's lived out here for about 10 or 15 years now. The space engineers that we're working with, they're locals here as well.
Oh, okay, good.
And over a few beers, you do space, we do beer. Let's do space beer. It's a cool story, and the project's already pretty far evolved.
Cheers.
Cool. To space beer.
To space beer.
Cheers.
Sometimes less is more. I won't unless I'm sane. Yes, I wanna go home, but nobody knows my name.
James, we're digging your tunes, man.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
What's your choice of beverage this evening?
Well, I actually like to blend my beers. This is a blend of Kolsch and Hefeweizen. I call it the Kolscheweizen.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a lot of hassle from it, but I've been here a couple of years now, so I just kind of like to dabble and mix things up and down.
So like Jaron, you're not from Manly either.
No, I'm actually from a very close to where Jaron was from in Perth. My brother was good friends with Jaron growing up, but a couple of years above me. And I came across here, I was supposed to be here for 2 weeks, and just, that was about a year and a half ago, so I haven't left, and I couldn't leave, I just love it here.
Whoa, whoa, way that I love you. Touch my heart, touch my soul. Feel my body on your own. Touch my heart, touch my soul. Feel my body on your own. Touch my heart, touch my soul. Feel my body on your own. Touch my heart, touch my soul. Feel my body on your own.
The goal of my music is to reach people through music, and I know that sounds really corny, but I don't actually care monetarily what I do with music. I actually just want to have the most people I can listen to it and be touched by it.
The way that I love you.
Thanks for tuning in to Next Stop from one of the most gorgeous cities in the world, Sydney, Australia. Cheers to our Sydney show sponsors, Qantas Airlines, 8 Hotels, and Destination New South Wales. We love you Aussies. Thanks also to our title sponsors, Alaska Airlines and the Alaska Airlines Visa Signature Card. Next stop, where will we take you next? Make good memories, everybody.
You can YouTube it and find that out for
Now,
yourself.
aren't ladies called birds too?
Sorry?
Aren't ladies called birds in Australia? Don't you call them birds?
Yeah, you can go and check out the birds in the valley or the birds at Scenic Club.
So I'm just going to follow you since you're my
Alrighty.
trusty guide. Your glasses are stuck in your hair. We're in one of my favorite Sydney neighborhoods, The Rocks.